You know, I once jammed with the guys and girl from We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All. And we're doing Adventureland. Yes, it's movies again on this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
What other things do you like about yourself?
Other things that I like about me. Number one on the list. I just like that I'm a good guy to hang with.
Right.
That's all I really want to be, and I think I am. I think people like hanging out
People
with me.
do like hanging out with
I'm
you.
like
People came to hang out yesterday for your birthday.
dude. We're all very hungover today.
People think you're a good guy.
Are we all? Jamie seems like he's in pretty good stead.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Hastings.
Yeah. Was your birthday tomorrow?
It is my birthday tomorrow. I'm turning 30 years
The
old
big
tomorrow.
3-0.
3 days ago.
30.
If you're listening to this.
So this is the last. Today's the last day of my 20s. We have it recorded for posterity.
All right.
Today's
yeah.
the last day of my 20s. An iconic 20s.
What are you
If I do say so myself. I really had a go of it.
I feel like you did the teens twice.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, now you've got to be a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, man. Finally gonna learn to drive.
I can't believe like you can actually say like Andrew Hastings is 30.
Andrew Hastings is 30, dude.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, dude. I my hair's been cut short for a bit now. I've lost my beer belly.
Andrew Hastings is 40. It's coming.
I had like a Facebook memory come up.
I still wear
like,
a name tag to work.
a couple of weeks ago of like a photo we took when we were recording with Tim Clark.
Oh, yeah.
And the stark difference of what you looked like a year prior was like it was.
Was it like beard and long hair and...
Yeah, fat. Like
Yeah.
it
Piece
was.
of
It was
shit.
so different. Like
You're just ugly. You're fucking 0
well, you were
out of 10.
shirtless and like crouching over the
Yeah,
table.
your
Yeah.
posture is terrible. You're ugly. Your face is all fucked up.
It's really hard.
You're stupid, and everyone hates you.
I'm really glad we recorded this pod
Got
during...
psoriasis, and everyone knows
What?
about it. everyone sees you wearing pants, but all they can imagine are those gross spots.
Oh man, people are never thinking about my psoriasis. How dare you? It's so subtle and incredibly sexy, actually. Yeah, man,
A
it
bit
is.
of crust.
It is good that we were recording this pod in the year 2019, just so that we could truly document a man's spiral to rock bottom. Because I did not look good. I did not feel good. My haircut was pretty bad, I think.
It was terrible.
Just for that year specifically, it was like I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that year.
It didn't seem so much. It didn't seem like so much of a haircut, just hair.
Yeah, man, it was all just sort of happening.
There was something happening on your head.
Yeah,
A party, and no one was invited.
Psoriasis.
I have a question for hangovers.
Yeah.
Do you get the hangover horn?
Sometimes. Not really. I've been known to.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it does surprise me. But I mean, like,
Look, I have a
I
complicated
feel like I get it
relationship
pretty
with sex.
bad.
also, like, Hastings' thing is like the Incredible Hulk and the Avengers. It's just been
Yeah.
like, that's my secret, Rose. I'm
Yeah.
always horny. And then just runs face first into a pussy. His pants just rip off.
My dick becoming engorged as I'm
Yeah.
running. But it's
So-
green.
It's green. But it's
don't-
the only,
I don't
part
doubt-
of you that's green, and it falls off because you've got gangrene.
I was gonna say I don't doubt that your
Like,
penis is green.
Gangrene on my broken ass dick. Nah, it's good.
Oh, yeah, people can tell in that photo as well. Like,
Yeah.
he's ugly, he's stupid. His dick doesn't work.
My dick works good these days. Don't worry about it.
Do you get the hangover horn?
No, really. I don't think so.
You're more a pizza and video games guy.
Just generally.
Because that's my go-to when I'm hungover too.
But you can still like be horny and do that.
Sure, of course.
Uh,
I'm not here to shame you for it.
At the moment, I've been gym guy
Oh,
for
you make
hangovers.
me sick. I'm still not healthy enough to be working out hungover. That's not happening.
Yeah,
No
I
way.
wish I could do that.
There is like, it is so hard to like psych
Yeah.
yourself up to do it.
Once you're going, I'm sure it's okay, right?
After about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, but then like, there's also the smugness of like, when you first do it, you're like, oh, fucking, yeah, all right. I'm God.
I think I feel the exact same way when I work out stoned. Where I'm like, it's hard to get yourself, man. Once I start doing it, I was like, I can do anything.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Superman. I can work out stoned. I just, I'm climbing rocks stoned right now.
Just
I'm
channeling American
doing weights
Beauty.
in my lounge room stoned. I'm
Yeah, though, I mean, the problem with
the
fucking...
chillest stoner on earth.
The problem with like hangover, like video games and pizza stuff is like usually almost every time, chances are if you're drinking on Saturday, I have a show to run on Sunday
man.
and a podcast to record. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no joy in pizza and video games
Totally.
for me because you can't make a day of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I like
it's
drinking on a
You
Friday.
can't settle in after.
It's like fucking not that.
That's
not,
why so many times
Yeah.
you've heard me eating on the fucking
Yeah,
podcast.
not saying like that.
Because we all have drinking and
Yeah.
drug problems.
Yeah. Not saying like this and the like podcast feel like work, but you know, like that period on Sunday afternoon where
Yeah.
you just enter that like, oh fuck, it's like 8
Yeah.
hours till work.
Yeah,
Like,
it's one of my least favorite parts of the
I
day,
haven't
of the
known
week.
that feeling for over a year.
Yeah, keep it up. You don't want it back.
I do want money though. If
I-
anybody listening is hiring,
I got
Gotta
Please.
start an OnlyFans.
yeah, but then that feels bad to all the legitimate sex workers I'm friends with.
yeah. Also, the work to money ratio. It's like, come on. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Well, one thing I think about hangovers. I can't remember what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
That's the funny thing about hangovers.
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
makes
I had
you
a point
have
about
dumb brain.
hangovers. Yeah. No, it was like that's right. I have a controversial take on what you're saying about Sunday and Sunday afternoon feeling weird and you
Yeah.
can't settle in that. So I've felt this way since I was a young child. My two favorite days of the week are Friday and Saturday, not Saturday and Sunday. Even with work included, I tend to have a better day on Friday.
I don't think that's that controversial
Like
at all.
but the
Yeah, I
post work period of Friday night is more fun for me than the pre going to bed early Sunday on a Sunday day.
Yeah, I even like
That's
I like
more weekend to
I
me,
like
but-
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. As a
I
run.
can't work hungover anymore. I'm such an old fucking man.
But I mean, like my work is in my spare room.
That's true. Yeah, I have to stand up and shit.
It's
at my
pretty
work.
good. Yeah.
Hangovers do be hitting harder in your 30s.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I can't wait till tomorrow when I finally start getting real hangovers.
Just quit drinking
yeah,
tonight.
man. It's so cool that we're getting the last day of my 20s on recording. What was the highlight of my 20s for you, Jamie?
such a fucking you
Do you
question
wanna-
to ask.
Do you want a genuine answer?
No.
Okay,
I
well,
would say that Tom Orr
you up.
message was
Yeah.
You up was the highlight of your 20s for me.
Thank you.
No, I mean like getting to know you.
Oh, thank you so
That would
much,
be it.
Jamie. I love you.
'Cause
Yeah.
Rose?
Yeah, getting to know you, getting a good friend.
All right.
Like, I've known you for most of your 20s.
That's true. That's absolutely true. I think the favorite part of my 20s has been learning to hate Rose. I think-
good Hastings content.
Yeah.
Desperate for compliments, then when you give them, he bristles and lashes out.
it makes me so uncomfortable. I want it so bad,
All
and it
you want
immediately
is
makes me so
praise.
uncomfortable.
Do you think because you've been conditioned to think that compliments are insincere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why do you even bother paying for therapy when I can just tell you all this stuff for free?
Pointing out the problems isn't the same as working on them.
No, but I point them out and then say, work on them, bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
The therapist actually helps me do that.
How, though? That I, in a way that I couldn't. I just say, get a fucking beer and... What if I say, get some fucking cement and harden the fuck up, Hastos? Come on,
not
you're in
Cup
it.
of concrete, mate.
Wait, have you and my therapist been talking? Because that's what he says every time. That's all he ever says.
Therapist is just your dad
Yeah.
dressed up in a different mask.
Yeah. I wish I had a different son. Yeah.
Oh, we should talk about this. Is
Yeah, your dad.
Your dad dressed as Gerard Way. For
Oh,
the thing.
man. So
It's
brutal.
like, that's probably the closest you've come to beating off to your dad, right?
No. No, not at all.
It's not the closest
Not the
you've come.
closest.
What's the closest you've come to beating off your dad then?
The
I
time
don't
that
know.
I actually beat my dad up.
No, I was saying like
What a stupid answer.
I thought that
It's not the closest I've come to beating off to my dad.
You think it would be, but there
Yeah.
was another time when,
Yeah, here's a list.
I would
when he told you you were the second favorite child.
if I had to beat off to my dad,
Oh,
I would
baby.
rather beat off to him in his default state than him dressed as Gerard Way.
Why is that?
Well, because when I thought the Gerard Way thing would be funny when he told me about it a few days in advance. Then when he sent me the photo, it was like something like it was deeply uncomfortable for me, and I cannot place why.
Yeah, because it's you.
It's something really weird about it and really freaked me out.
Yeah, because it's what you look like.
Oh, I don't like that. I
Like
don't
you
want
look
that
like,
to be true.
Like when you're 40, you'll look like you're dressing up for Halloween every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe I was looking at a photo of some pretty harsh truths.
Like, yeah, when you're 40, people will be like, "Cool, what
But
party?
yeah.
Like, what party are you going to?" And you're like, "No party. I just look like this."
Like when I opened it, like I had to close it immediately and then take a second and come back to it. Like it was quite like immediately unsettling.
It
for
was deeply unsettling
Yeah.
Just like as someone who has no skin in the game, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
If that beating off your dad thing doesn't make it into the Twitter quotes page, fucking DDoS attacking that son of a bitch.
We've got a few
Or
things
daughter of a
left
bitch.
for the next best of.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't believe you admitted that you beat off to your dad. That's so weird.
Hey, look, I'm a quirky guy.
Did your dad like comment on it, being like, "Look, I'm you, brother"?
Yeah, he said this is what you're going to look like when you're 50.
Yeah, that's that's right.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It's like, but that's interesting because
like it'd be like if like
you can't get away with it as much because you're not in a band. But I've always wondered like what like a mid-tier punk band that like quits and they're 50 and they're just walking around like that the whole time.
Have you seen what the used look like these days? Like the guys other than Burt McCracken? They're all like long-haired hippie, like big beardy guys. Like maybe a lot of them are doing that.
A lot of people in that emo scene seem to have transitioned out into like lumberjack guys.
Yeah.
There was a great starter pack thing I saw this morning, which was like Converge fans, and it was like just like a whole bunch of checkered shirts, a pair of those all black Vans, a tattoo of some logo I didn't recognize, and then
one of Andrew Bensley's tattoos,
then a receding hairline. That's fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, like that must be like, what do you think's the most embarrassing thing for an aging punk? Like the fucking like the piercings and tattoos? Probably not. It's probably got to be like if you've got a receding hairline.
Having a podcast about the American Pie.
Yeah, but you didn't even fucking turn into a rock star.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what the most embarrassing thing is.
I think receding hairline would get to you a bit.
Yeah,
like if you're out and like. Because you could still probably look like you.
Do you guys want to cop this real quick? Check this shit out.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm bulletproof, baby.
Yeah, it seemed... Well, your dad's got a thick head of hair, too.
Damn right, does. Thick-ass dick, too.
Do you know because you were beating off to a picture of it?
Yeah, my hand got sore because it was so goddamn thick. Dick was so fucking thick, dude.
So thick.
So, oh, God. So I got to get a... Please, I'm at McDonald's. I'm going to need an extra wide straw to suck down this thick shake.
Do you know I read a fact once that said like that most sons have the exact same length dick as their father?
I believe it.
I was told that my dad had a pretty decent dick.
My dad's dick must be tiny. Or I'm adopted.
Either way.
Or the fact's not true.
Well, you ended up with the same size dick as your mother.
I think like with
the same size dick as my dog.
with the being upset looking at my dad dressed as an emo at nearly 50 years old, I think like, so is your dad fat, Jamie?
No, he's quite skinny.
This might not apply then. It's like, because like if your dad sent you a photo of him realizing your worst fear and he looks like you, like that, you know what I mean? Like if your dad dressed as Jabba the Hutt is what I'm getting at. Wouldn't that like upset you? Like if your dad...
Like he's stealing my image.
but
I'd be like,
God, that could be me.
Daddy, you dressed for me. Just
Your mum
shoving
coming out in the
Oreos.
gold bikini.
Yeah. My mom's skinny too, though.
Yeah, right. Oh, well.
So...
You just like, whatever, man. Live your life.
Just like a cheeseburger, dude. No,
I like
no,
it,
it's
dude.
because of my friends, the Amber ones.
Yeah.
Just looking at the beer longingly.
Yeah, man. It's whatever. We're body positive on this podcast.
Yeah, we're one of the premier
I love
body
touching
positive-
bodies.
You make
One of
so
the-
many fat jokes.
We don't make that many fat jokes.
I mean, fat jokes and jokes about Rose's body as well.
Yeah.
And
There's no jokes about my body.
well, your disgusting body
That's
just
true.
came up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
So we are the premier body negativity podcast.
Yeah, no bodies are good. That's our take. We should all be sort of floating.
Deeply ashamed.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should all be wearing drab,
we
grey
should all-
robes at all times.
and aspiring to be sort of like floating conscious, like bodiless consciousnesses. Do you know what I
What do
mean?
you-
Exist beyond our physical forms.
Right.
Would you put your mind into a robot
Oh yeah.
to like extend your life
I
indefinitely?
think about this constantly. Yes.
Yeah, same.
I
would
badly want it.
Immortality.
Do you think being a video game fan makes you want immortality more because you see how fast things can get better? Whenever I think of the future, I'm always like, "Fuck, things
Yeah,
are
you
gonna
just
be
eat some
crazy."
chicken and then suddenly you're restored to full power.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's you. So you think like immortality would be cool because you want to see what happens beyond your life.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I want immortality because the thought of death scares me.
That's
Yeah,
too
I,
obvious.
Now-
I am so
Yeah.
terrified
And now,
of
like,
death.
Yeah, that's
30,
there for
like-
me, but just barely below the surface.
I was fucking like watching it, like anything now, like to do with death, I like gives me like chills when I watch it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man,
I'm
it's coming for us
Deeply
all.
terrified of death.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
It's like one of those things. Like if sometimes like I sit and think about it, I'll just like be like, ugh, and, like then just be like, no, go do something else.
We're all squaring off with Kronos every day, man. We're all in the ring, stepping up to the great one.
Which is why we need fucking
What?
Kronos is the god of time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we need fucking
Time's undefeated. Rocky Balboa.
why we need fucking Elon to upload us onto an AI network so we can live forever.
Dude, absolutely. Jack me in the Matrix. My thing is like...
I want to be in the Matrix.
I want to be in Pokemon. I want them to do a Matrix Pokemon. Like, I wanted to put a fucking spike in my head and I wake up and I'm Ash Ketchum. That's how it's going to go, I think.
Yeah, you'd probably have to pay extra for like upgrades like that. I reckon.
I'll pay whatever, dude.
It might be like the show Upload.
God.
Yeah, that's what
I'd go
I
for
imagine
that.
it being like.
So I haven't seen the show, so forgive me if this is something that happens in the show. But like, what if the Matrix is where they do like a Matrix thing, but then there's like, so it's like effectively the afterlife, but then there's DLC in the afterlife, and you got to pay for like
that is essentially
you got to pay to be white or something.
Yeah, yeah. There is stuff like extra treats you have to pay for.
Man,
Like
damn!
your
If
family-
only that show didn't already exist, because I just had a great idea.
I was thinking about the Matrix the other day because like I was thinking about it in terms of like rote stand-up bits because like I mean really fucking like by the end of the trilogy it's like why would you ever fucking choose being free over being in the Matrix? They're like it's just a bunch of people like they are essentially like the people of Zion are essentially like the alt-right people.
Yeah,
being like the
absolutely.
media's controlling you now we just have a fucking orgy in the middle of a cave.
Try not to use the word Zion and media in the same sentence. What about that scene in The Matrix where the guy's out to dinner with Agent Smith and he's eating the steak and he's going, I know the Matrix is sending signals. You know that scene? He's doing that, but instead of eating a steak, he's eating a woman's pussy. And Agent Smith is in the room.
Yeah.
Agent Smith is just
I
sort of
know the
hanging
Matrix
out.
is programming to say this tastes like pussy.
Yeah. He's sitting on this like side of the bed and he's like, look, I know the Matrix sending us soon. This pussy is wet and juicy.
I wondered where you were going with that, and after however many episodes of doing this podcast, I really should have known.
Yeah, man. It's all my bits are pretty by the numbers.
But it's also like this.
It's just you in a,
But it's
in a
also
complete
this
white
podcast.
room in a leather trench coat being like, we're going to need pussy. Lots of pussy. And then just shelves of pussy come by and you're just like, oh yeah, Rage Against the Machine plays.
I'm the Neo of doing the bad comedy that only I do.
Yeah.
I'm the Neo of doing Andrew
You
Hastings.
jacked in a chair being like, I know how to eat pussy.
Yeah.
It's like
I know Rifu.
It's like you dodging the bullets going back, but they're dicks.
Oh, fuck.
Stop trying to beat me off and beat me off.
All right, what about this? Okay. You know how the guy who was in LMFAO who wasn't Red Foo, you know how his name was Sky Blue?
No idea.
No, I
but-
did not know that.
So the other guy from LFAO, his name is Sky Blue. It's Sky Blue, and he's getting the lessons jacked into his brain in the Matrix, and his head's going through, and he's taken 4 hours of this. I don't know how he could, he's a machine, whatever the quote is. And then he wakes up and he suddenly goes, I know Red Foo.
I don't. It's been so
The
long.
line
since
is,
I've
I
seen
know
it.
Kung Fu.
Oh
Yeah.
right.
I know Red Foo. Yeah, let's do it.
I know Red
I
Foo.
like the idea of a movie of Hastings jacking into the Matrix, but it's all about pussy.
Yeah.
I like that you started this as well by being like, all right, so I was thinking about the Matrix because of like, stand-up bits that have been overdone, and I made it like, okay, so we're in the Matrix.
yeah. But just like you jacking in to learn every like
Yeah, absolutely.
just erasing father issues
Yeah.
and stuff from your AI.
Yeah. I know self-esteem.
Yeah, yeah. That thing, the building test is just you having the confidence to have a conversation with someone without
Yeah.
thinking you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh man, Matrix is a great film.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to watch 2 and 3.
Man, I tried doing 2 recently. The plan was to do both. I got halfway through 2, and I was like, I think I'm out.
Yeah,
I never even saw the third one.
Man,
The
it's
third
the worst one.
The third one's terrible.
Yeah. The second one's at least fun.
I thought it was fun. I remember because I saw it when it came out. I remember which I think a lot of people criticize. Maybe I feel like I've heard that, but like him fighting like all the Agent
Yeah,
Smiths
that's
or
cool,
whatever.
man.
It was like that was great to watch.
Yeah,
when
the
I was
CGI
young.
is tough if you go watch it now, but it's still a good scene. What about the Animatrix? Man, that shit rocked. You ever watch that?
I've heard good things about the Animatrix.
Animatrix. I haven't
Never
seen
even
it
heard
since
of
I
it.
was 20 or whatever, but it's pretty fucking fire. It was series of animes they released, like anime style cartoons they released.
Right.
Yeah, it was just before
just
the
tie-ins
Matrix
to the film.
Yeah, just before the Matrix Reloaded came out. They were building hype with like, they was like essentially.
There's one that's like a prequel.
Yeah,
It's
the
pretty
Wachowskis
cool.
were essentially like the Matrix is not just a cinematic trilogy. It's got video games, anime stuff, and it's all part of the plot.
We've
and it's
spoken about Into the Matrix on the pod, right?
Into the Matrix.
I
is-
played the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I played
same.
so much of it.
and it does suck. Like, but it rules.
I liked it when you could do a lesbian kiss in it.
I'm listening.
Yeah, dude.
It's like Jada Pinkett Smith and Monica Bellucci, I believe.
I believe it is, yes.
Baby.
Who are both in the movies, but you
Yeah.
don't see them kiss in the movies, only in the video
Hey-
game.
yeah,
For the real fans.
Hastings being
That's how
like,
you sell some video games.
Hastings being like, this is going into my top 2 beat off moments, almost knocking off my dad.
Well, it was also because that was the way you did that as well. Is in that game you had to pick at the start which of the 2 characters you were going to play as.
Niobe or Ghost.
If you play as the guy, you kiss the girl as a guy. As the guy, if you play as the girl, you kiss the girl as a girl. But I preferred to play as the guy. So every time I restarted that campaign, which was plenty of times, I had this like difficult choice. If it's like, do I play the way I want to play,
Or do I wanna
or do
watch
I get
two-
to see 2 chicks hook up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what Sophie's Choice was about, right?
Yeah, it's the exact thing.
Should we do this thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about teen sex comedies and things thereabouts and things very much not thereabouts. We're doing a movie again. You can all unclench your buttholes.
Never.
And that movie
Well, I didn't
is
say you could.
and that
Listeners
movie is called How I Met Your Mother, Season 9.
could. It's basically like one big long movie about a weekend. But
It
as
should
you
have been a movie.
probably, yeah, as you probably figured out from the title, we're doing Adventureland. It's a 2009 American comedy drama film written and directed by Greg Mottola, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart, co-starring Ryan Reynolds, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Martin Starr, and Margarita Laviva. The description's very long, but
Guy working theme park.
It's a
Yeah,
coming-of-age theme park story.
yes, intellectual guy goes to work a dead shit job.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg should play Dan Rath. in a
I was
film.
going to say that too. I was like watching him walk, and I was
thought of
like,
that, but
Jesse
that's-
Eisenberg has the biggest Dan
It's
Rath
in
energy.
this movie, it's big Dan Rath. And do you know what actually clinched it for me? There's a scene where he takes his shirt off and he's like low-key jacked.
Yeah.
And I was like, Rath is low-key jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want like Rat. Yeah,
Fuck, I never even thought of that,
So
but
what
that's
do you do
pretty
now?
perfect.
Does like Jesse Eisenberg plays Dan Rath, or Dan Rath plays Jesse Eisenberg?
Good question.
Man,
You
it's
could
like a
play Jesse
face-off type
Eisenberg
deal.
in the biopic.
Because it would be amazing to have multi-millionaire, award-winning actor Jesse Eisenberg play Sydney comedian Dan Rath.
Maybe they both star as the other person in each one's respective biopics.
Yeah, or we could get Charlie Kaufman to write some
Yeah,
kind of
that's what
fucked
I'm
up
getting at.
Dan Rath,
Yeah,
or
adaptation
Jesse
type deal.
Eisenberg movie.
That's true.
Yeah, being Dan Rath.
Yeah. Had you seen this movie before, either of you?
Yes.
Never.
I love this movie.
It's very good.
And it holds up, I reckon.
I was-
worried that it might have a little bit of the 500 Days of Summer effect to me, where I was like, it's gonna like age poorly, but it has not. I don't think.
Yeah.
I got problems with it, but I did like it. I certainly have some complaints.
Like what?
Well.
bitch?
What
I
are
don't want to start on the negatives. I did like the movie.
It's a great.
Well,
movie.
what did you
It's
like
the best
about it?
movie of all time.
I think that
It's maybe the best movie ever
when
made.
you're putting together a soundtrack for a movie,
You put multiple replacement songs on.
I
Yes.
think
The soundtrack is
there-
fantastic.
there's some stuff where it's like, all right, you can't just like it'd be like, all right, Andrew, who's your dream NBA team? It's like, all right, well, Michael Jordan, Shaquille, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like they're just doing. They were cheating.
Wait, you're saying the problem is the soundtrack is too good?
a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Like,
the-
it's not that it's too good. It was like too many free hits. It was too easy. There was not a lot of risks and a lot of like, yeah, of course people are gonna like that. Like, there wasn't anything that like surprised me.
But there weren't, like, not everything was like a giant hit.
Yeah, I get
Not
like
a giant
big
hit,
star,
but, like-
big stars in it.
But
that's
like, I
the
don't
bubble.
know. No, sure. But like a lot of the like Velvet Underground stuff, I was like rolling my eyes a bit. Where I was like, yeah, of course, it's great. Like, but it's
I think Velvet
it's a bit
Underground
obvious.
suck.
They're all. I quite like Velvet I Pale Blue
I
Eyes
like
is
it.
like that's the. I think
I think that
I really
album,
love that song.
Velvet Underground Nico sucks so bad. I hate it.
You suck.
I quite like it. I think it's maybe a little overrated, but I did like it. I also like the interstitial music was by Yola Tenga. So I was like, fuck yeah, baby, I'm on board.
2 replacement songs, baby.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
of course
We're
you love it.
nailing
It
it.
immediately opens with Bastards of
I
Young.
forgot that
which-
Bastards of Young was in it.
So did I.
And Unsatisfied, which is also a great replacement song.
It had my wedding song, Pale Blue Eyes
Amadeus?
was like.
Remember when they did that little like swing dance to Rock Me Amadeus?
It was,
Amadeus. And you're like, these are some sick moves, hey, those?
It was Just Like
They
Heaven
both
by
did
The
the
Cure.
robot.
Yeah, I would love that.
Just
I
like
would have way
Heaven.
rather that than the swing dancing.
Just Like Heaven was a very good.
Yeah,
wedding
but
song.
it had that, and it had Pale Blue Eyes was like one of my ex-girlfriend's favorites. So it was like it's a lot of like, yeah, these are obviously like teenage. They're all.
Oh,
a
so you
bit-
want Greg Matola to apologize because you got pussy listening to some of these songs?
Look,
The problem is I've had sex to too many of these songs. The
Yeah.
movie's bad.
yeah. If they put the entirety of Life on the Murder Scene into a movie soundtrack, I'm gonna be very upset.
No, I think the soundtrack fucking goes off, and it makes
Yeah, it
sense
was
because
great.
it's about fucking...
I did obviously enjoy the soundtrack.
But it's about
very
like
good.
2 dork fucking nerds.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, it's probably like good to have some cliches in
All
there
right.
because
There is, but like, I kind of get what you're saying because one movie that did what Adventureland does good, I think, and can be done very poorly, was past movie Perks of Being a Wallflower, where they put too much value on the soundtrack being like, this informs my personality and makes me deep as a result. This
Garden
more-
State too.
Yeah, this more just
Yeah.
had like, hey, I'm a fan of fucking like at one point he calls them like sad boy songs. Like
Yeah.
he's just like I'm a fan.
Yeah.
No one's like when I fucking heard this, it was transcendent.
Totally.
You know?
When
Like,
So
he
I think my
came in
problem
and
is-
played those chords, I said, "That's a number one record."
yeah.
I think my problem is you're absolutely right. It's not as bad as those 2 examples, but I'm still getting that vibe a bit from it a bit too much.
I understand.
It's not as
because,
bad
like,
as the other 2 though. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that I was worried about because I thought about this movie watching it before, and I was like, oh fuck, what if? Because Jesse
We've
Eisenberg.
been saying we were going to do this movie like since we started.
Yeah, because Jesse Eisenberg's character being like, oh, the intellectual wannabe writer man, like has the potential to be just an insufferable cunt. And he mostly skirts around that. Like, even like the bits where he's like, I want to be a travel writer, like seeing like what actually happens, it's like, oh, this probably won't happen. Like, you'll probably go and get a job and like move on. It's never like, I think it's quite grounded in realism in the way that he's never... Like, his pie-in-the-sky dreams aren't treated as, like, he'll automatically get them.
Totally.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, you're absolutely right. Those things are handled better than other examples. Maybe this is my take on the whole movie. It's a better version of something it's doing something quite well that I don't really like generally.
Right.
It's like, so like my thing is like, yeah, you're right. They do sort of they handle him being wanting to be a writer and him being this intellectual way better than they do in movies that you could compare it to. But I'm still like, oh fucking this cunt wants to be a fucker.
But I mean, like, the movie...
the fundamental problem's still there.
But I mean, like, the movie doesn't do a
This
lot
cunt
of...
wants to be a writer. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but it doesn't do a lot of those, like, writer guy tropes where, like,
Totally.
it shows his writing being fucking amazing, even though it sounds like it was written by a script writer and is not that good.
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't even... Like, it doesn't spend much time on his writing beyond, like, hey, this is my dream. Like, the same way, like, most people be like, hey, I want to be a fucking rock star. But,
Yeah.
like, I like the fact that it's like, all right, I want to be this, but, like, I am this. And, like,
Yeah.
even the end of the movie is, like, he gets the girl, but he's also, like, he's not going to graduate school. Like,
Yeah.
he's staying at a fucking Y. Like, he's going to get a bad job and live
Yeah.
the New York experience. But, like, that...
But isn't that really the beat writer experience? You know, at the start where they're like, why do you need a college degree to be a writer? And he's like...
Which
he's
is
like,
why so many of them are fucking
and he's like,
shit
and
writers.
he's like, it's an Ivy League thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And now he's living the beat dream, dude. He's Kerouac now, and I hate that. Like,
Yeah, but he's...
well, On the Road sucks, but
no, you know
Yeah, but
what I mean?
I
He's doing
think the
fantasy.
thing is, though, that, like, I think it is quite good at being, like, he's not doing that, essentially. Because, like, they're saying he has to get a menial job and,
yeah,
like...
they don't spend too much time on that element of him.
Yeah.
Well, that's again. So like, yeah. That's so. I think there's a few things where it's like, maybe my problem with the movie is that there's a lot of things where it's trying to make. It's doing the kind of movie I don't like. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, a bit of a Garden State, bit of your Manic Pixie Dream Girl, sad boy fantasy sort of thing, and they're quite good at it. And they've coded it well, and they've covered it, and they've compensated, and they've justified. They've made sure that Kristen Stewart isn't too much of a Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She does have her own motivations, but she is still a Manic Pixie Dream Girl. They are still playing the Velvet Underground. He is still a loser writer, white boy. You know, like he is. It still has those problems. They've just compensated and covered for them well. What the fuck did you do?
The wrong thing.
Rose, do you want to explain what just happened?
Okay, so there's a 6-pack sitting on the table here. And instead of pulling one of the last 2 beers out of it, Jamie instead popped the top off it, and now it's just stuck there.
I can't get it out.
Tear the cardboard, I guess?
I'm going to do that
we'll
for
tear
you.
the
I
cardboard.
don't trust anyone.
Here, I'll hold
Near the
it.
very expensive recording equipment. There we go.
How about I'll counter your argument though.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart though.
All right. So let's get a brass tacks for a sec, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
The words "fuck yeah" might come into this.
I was going to use the phrase "a little something for everyone."
Yeah.
I was saying the other day, I'm so impressed by like lesbian actresses like her who can like act like feign interest in a man so well.
She's bi, isn't she?
I think she's gay.
I think she.
Time to Hastings to investigate.
I think she's come out and said like she's attracted to all genders.
Whatever,
She dated
man.
Rob Pattinson for a while.
Gender's not
That's
real
true.
and sexuality's a spectrum. Who gives a shit? Let's all just suck and fuck.
Yeah, I mean like,
But
this,
not us here right
Not
now.
us
Not us
three.
specifically.
No, no.
This is
Us
one.
three should not.
This is 1 year after Twilight, where like her
Yeah.
and Arpats were both like panned.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I
I love them both now.
Well,
Man,
I was.
they're awesome.
Yeah, they're both great.
She's
I read in I was reading the reviews of this, and like Ebert was like, "Holy shit, what a surprise!"
Yeah.
She's like a fucking great actress.
that's what I'm gonna say. Is like the whole time I was watching this because like I've seen her more recently, and we all know she's great now. But watching this, where she looks like Bella Swan, is that the character's
Yeah, I
name?
think
Bella
so.
Swan.
Bella, I know for sure. I couldn't
Yeah, I
confirm
think
the
whatever.
last name.
One.
Yeah,
Probably.
but she looks like Bella. She's got the same hair. It's while those movies were happening.
Yeah.
And I'm watching like, oh, where the fuck was this in Twilight? Like, she's a great actress. Like,
I think no
that's
one
what I mean.
cared because they knew Twilight's shit.
Yeah.
and it
think
was going to
when-
make money
Yeah,
regardless.
I think when you drive a truck full of money to someone with a script that's literally
Oh, no,
feces rubbed into
Totally.
an A4 paper.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming her. I'm blaming as in like she's this good. Why couldn't the director get that on the fucking screen?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's just phoning it in because people
Yeah.
know it's going to be a success regardless.
I'm
Yeah,
blaming.
like, people
oh,
thought
she's too
fucking
sexy.
Arpats
Yeah.
was like a pretty boy piece of shit until like
Yeah.
he started doing weird stuff.
She's
Yeah.
too sexy for me to blame her. I'm blaming the director.
She is a smoke show in this
She's
movie.
so hot in this movie. It is out of control. I got genuinely flustered watching
Like,
it. I was
it
like,
makes-
Friend of the show, Hannah Story, used to get like free tickets to things and whatnot with like an old job, and she got tickets to the new Charlie's Angels premiere.
Oh, I like that movie.
So we went, and like, oh my lord!
I might watch it just for Kristen Stewart.
It's
Who are the
like-
other two angels?
Naomi Scott, I believe, is one of
Who
them.
dat?
She's like a British lady, I think.
Yeah,
Race?
they're like,
She's
the-
black.
Oh right. Okay.
yeah.
What's
Kristen
the racial
Stewart's-
make?
Kristen Stewart's the only white one.
What's the racial makeup of the angels these days?
Black.
It's like 2/3 black, right?
Oh right,
Or-
two of them are
but-
black. I would have thought like one Asian, one black, one white.
There's probably one of them is probably more.
What about a Latina?
complicated.
Have we had a Latina?
I think one of them
angel?
is Latino.
Oh, maybe
right?
there is Latina. There's like black Latina.
let me
When
look
are we
at
going to get a trans Charlie's Angel?
Probably
Well,
in the
I'm
next
sitting by the
reboot.
phone, you know. So
Yeah, I want to see you as an angel, Rose.
you don't already all the time.
yeah, yeah. I know that when I need a diamond heist thwarted, you're the person I call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just meant like, Angel.
No, I know what you meant.
But she like that movie was not good, but it was.
I liked it.
I enjoyed
It's
watching it.
fun.
Like it was a fun romp, and like she, as just the kind of like cool girl Leslie,
Yeah,
was
she's sick.
so great.
Do you
really
see a
good
lot
in
of
it.
her body in it?
You can see
Oh
her,
yeah, probably a
You
bit.
can see her naked in some movie. Oh fuck, what's it about? Is it Personal Shopper or Cloud of Silmaria?
Personal Shopper is supposed to be very good.
There's one where like she works as like an assistant to something, but like there's a house that she thinks is haunted, and she keeps going back there. You can see her nude in that. Hey, so
Welcome to our podcast, Mr. Skin.
Man,
Mr.
I know what I'm doing next.
Mr. Skin Graft, because Hastings is beating his dick raw.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys want to come on my new podcast.
Things I beat off to. Episode 1. My dad.
Man, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like her performance is so good in this. It makes you be like, almost like, oh, she's not a manic pixie dream girl. Like that. Like
Yeah.
I think she's written a little better than some of those people that need to be saved as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. This is the point I was making for. It's like they were able to kind of ride around having a manic pixie dream girl, but I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, they clearly want to have. They're clearly going for a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, though,
they're just better. They're just cleverer.
what
I
a
think.
fucking awesome way to use Ryan Reynolds'
Oh, yeah.
natural charm
Oh,
as
yeah.
just pure
just
smart.
as just
Yeah.
a fucking cunt.
Yeah, but like it makes so much sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Like it makes you think that why has no one done this before? Because like even watching him in the things,
To
where
make him like a loser as well.
but even
like-
in the things where he's supposed
Yeah.
to be charming, sometimes you're like, oh, a little thick, old Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sometimes, like even I quite like the Deadpool movies. I know like everyone does, but like there is a little parts where I'm like, this is too much.
Rose
fucking-
especially.
Yeah,
I can see the posters.
yeah,
the
yeah.
hats. The
I,
merchandise
like-
all around the room.
But like watching now, I'm
I
like,
quite like Ryan Reynolds, and like just even from like trailers and stuff, I was just like, I can't with Deadpool. Like,
Sorry, I was just laughing at Magic Rose, just saying exactly what she was saying. Just like, I actually quite like Ryan Reynolds, but she's wearing a Deadpool mask.
Just like, let me put this on. Let me slip into something a little more comfortable. Fool's Deadpool suit. But like Deadpool is like too Ryan Reynoldsy for me
yeah,
sometimes. Like when he
totally.
does like his little comments, you're like you can almost sense like him being like winking at the script, being like, I put this one in. Like I
Yeah.
told the Jewish guy writing it to the
Yeah.
a little something for Ryan Reynolds.
There's a real
I-
tone of that to it.
it's very hard to pull that amount of smarm off.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I think like here he's so good in it, and like especially like the fact that he doesn't.
Yeah, Reynolds is good in this.
Because like he loses eventually because like his
His
wife
wife.
finds out, but like it's implied that she doesn't leave him
Yeah.
and that he just goes back.
He goes
to the
back to
same,
slamming 20-year-olds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just fucking talking about jamming on stage with Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's so tight.
And see that is another thing. Like I like the way it uses Lou Reed in this because I know like fucking Eisenberg like idolizes him or whatever, but like
Yeah.
the guy who talks about him the most is a guy who kind of makes like the archetype makes it a guy who doesn't actually know.
He
about
doesn't really give a shit. He just
Well, yeah,
it's
he-
a cool band to get
Gets the
pussy
name
from
of the
20-year-olds.
song wrong
Yeah.
at the end.
What
I
band would I pretend to have played with to get pussy from
My Chemical
20-year-olds?
Romance.
That's too far-fetched.
Yeah, it's too on the nose.
Connor Oberst.
No.
I was like, I jammed with Connor. Man.
No way.
For sure,
I reckon
dude.
you could be like, I reckon you could say brand new.
Brandy, yeah,
Yeah.
me and Jesse Lacey jammed.
They were actually talking about getting me in there
Yeah.
to take
Once he got
Jesse-
cancelled.
Jesse's place.
Yeah.
I think you could maybe say the used, but then I think girls would be like, so what? They suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Same
not,
with From First to Last.
that's what I mean.
People
They're not like sexy
That's
ones.
your idol, but they'd be like, that band
Yeah,
sucks
that's
dick.
I was going to
Exactly.
ask you, but I assume you just
That's
said
why I went with
replacements. Or at least just like Paul Westerberg or something.
The replacements
It's not
would
who
be...
you want to jam with. It's who would you lie about jamming with to get
yes,
pussy.
Yeah, but I feel like
but
you might
I
still-
couldn't lie about jamming with the replacements because I'm just slightly too old. It'd be like, oh, what? You were fucking... I think I was like 2 when Don't Tell Soul came out, which was the second last album. So
Paul
it-
Westerberg still plays stuff though. You could
Yeah, but I think at that point people would be like, Westerberg's kind of like an idol of that generation, but if you got him post replacements, it's not nearly as cool as being like you hung out with fucking Tommy Stinson and the gang as well.
Yeah.
Who would I say? Who would I say? I think it would probably be like a pop. I mean, like the obvious. You can't say Blink-182 because they're so well known as
You
like
could say,
three
like-
personalities.
You said like the Wonder Years or something like that.
The Wonder Years would be cool. Like Sum 41 would be like all right for me.
Genuinely not unachievable, I would say. I think that you could buy into that.
I wouldn't mind. I'd probably like be like, oh, I played fucking bass for Saves the Day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like Saves the Day, not well known enough, but have enough like indie clout in the
Yeah.
emo scene to be like panty dropper.
Oh man, 10,
Yeah.
10 years ago, I
We're
could've-
talking about doing it for pussy, right?
Yeah, 5 years ago, I could have legitimately have gone around and just been like, I played bass in Dream on Dreamer. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just people just
Rose,
be like,
was
okay.
yours
I'm
be
a-
like, I am the LCD sound system?
Yeah,
I'm the third member of Daft Punk.
yeah, I'm the secret member of LCD.
Yeah, dude.
Yours could be drones, right? Like you could say drones.
But it's
Yeah, or UMI.
theoretically they could all be the same band because it's the same 20-year-olds we're all trying to fuck in this scenario.
yeah.
Yeah. I was playing
Yeah, I
this
feel
club.
just want
Yeah, but it
a
needs
fun
to
one
match
to have one
up,
that
because-
suits you.
Yeah, because
like-
if I'm like, hey, I was fucking in from first to last, people will be like, I don't buy it.
yeah,
Man.
I don't think so.
Guys, let me just tell you a story real quick. I was playing this little comedy club in Greenwich Village down in New York one night. I was just up there just doing some of my gags, just riffing it out, whatever. And then in the crowd, I see Chris Rock Right, I'm like, damn, Chris Rock comes on stage. I think he's just kind of saying, hi. He picks up a fucking microphone. Next thing you know, I'm on stage. I'm riffing with Chris Rock. We do all his songs, N-words, but no.
He tells you to say the N-word. He says you've got to pass.
It's never been utilized to like get pussy or whatever, but I do kind of have that story, and that like I went drinking with Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
Like the comedy
I mean, like,
version of
open
that
for
story.
Will
Yeah,
Anderson
the way I
would
get
kinda
pussy,
be-
yeah, that's crazy, Rose, because the way I get pussy is
tell
going for
people.
beers with women.
Yeah, Will Anderson, you could probably say open for would be like a pretty cool thing as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
comedian wise.
I opened
Well, I'm
for Will
about to be
Anderson in
able
a
to say-
different way, if you catch my drift.
I'm about to be able to
had
say
sex with
I
them.
performed in the fucking Joan Sutherland Theatre at the Opera House, which only allows opera and ballet, except for like 3 months a year when they do music there for Vivid.
Cool,
Or 3
man.
weeks a year.
So are you doing opera or ballet?
I mean, I do a slut drop in my set, so maybe ballet.
Man.
But I do have this booming voice. I could give it a bit of a...
I think
That's actually pretty
we
good.
should all become opera singers.
Yeah, that does
For the
seem
pussy.
that does seem like the next move you should make.
Do you think
I'm making moves,
Do you think
dude.
Pavarotti cleaned up?
I don't think I've ever heard someone like throw out careers as moves you should make as much as you. Just being like,
Man, maybe I should be a fireman.
maybe.
That's the move.
I think you'd be a pretty decent fireman.
I don't know. My cardio is not very good.
Oh yeah,
I got
think you'd
asthma.
be like a good video game designer.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. I wish I could draw.
Yeah, drawing seems like that talent that everyone should have nurtured a little
Yeah,
more.
I just
I
can't
wish
do
I
it.
had any skill like that.
I
Like
would
anything at all.
I would have liked to have been a tattoo
you can
artist
play music
if I could draw.
But not well. Like,
well enough.
it's serviceable, but like...
I would like to be a tattoo artist because apparently they do a lot of drugs. Apparently it's like a cool life.
Apparently, they get a ton of pussy.
The skill that I
That's-
wish
that's what I've heard.
I
too.
had gotten onto and nurtured earlier was photography.
Yeah, photography. I think graphic design, like being able to supplement your income by
Yeah.
designing stupid little posters for people,
Yeah.
and then like people like tag you on
That's
Facebook
true.
and they're like, "This guy is great," and you're just like, "Yeah, I fucking am."
Yeah. Absolutely. What else about Adventureland? Bill Hader.
Bill
And
Hader
Kristen
rocks in
Wiig.
this movie.
Bill Hader is one of my favorite comedy actors in the world. Maybe
I think
I would have
he-
liked to have seen more of Bill Hader in this movie.
I
This
think-
was
Could've
Bill
done.
Hader before he like
before he popped.
Yeah.
Like, right.
he was. This is post Superbad because Greg Mantola also directed Superbad.
right.
Yeah.
But this is what he was like leading.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a. Good,
I think he is the best comic actor in the world.
Yeah, he's very good.
have you have you watched Barry?
No,
No,
I've
I
heard it's
really want to.
amazing. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah, it looks good.
Have you guys seen Skeleton Twins?
I've
No,
heard
you-
good
I
things
know you
about
love
that.
that.
It's really
But
good, but
that's
it's Bill
Kristen
Hader
Wiig as
getting a bit
well.
serious.
Well, it's
pretty good.
Him and Kristen Wiig
Yeah.
both getting serious,
Bill-
right?
Barry's
It's
like
a comedy as well, but it's pretty dark.
Barry's like serious at times too.
Man, what's
Yeah.
it on?
It was on Foxtel.
You can watch it on that new Binge.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not getting another one. I'm still debating Amazon Prime.
Well,
Amazon Prime fucking rocks.
my Prime lapsed, but I just
I think Prime might
don't
be
know.
my favorite of the streaming services at the moment.
I'm watching a lot of wrestling at the moment.
Yeah, that's not on Prime.
Yeah.
No, that's on the thing I already subscribed to. Although the other company doesn't have a streaming service, so I can't watch it legally in Australia pretty much.
Damn.
AEW, such a bummer. What else is
Weird.
going on? Kristen Wiig, she's great, obviously. We all know she's amazing.
She's very good at playing that kind of weirdo,
Martin
awkward
Starr.
person.
Martin
Starr's
Starr, I'm a
good.
long-time fan of.
I thought Martin Starr was great in this movie.
He
too.
was great.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
like, again, it's a lot of cake and eating it too, right? The guy pulls out a pipe, right? And they're self-aware and they make a clever little joke about it and they go, yeah, we know it's a cunt with a pipe. But it's still a cunt with a pipe. You still get the cunt.
Yeah, but
like-
there are cunts with pipes. Like,
I think
Yeah.
I know what's up. You want to be the cunt with the pipe.
I want to be the sort of sage 22-year-old.
a lot of your criticisms just seem like you wish you had lived this life.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I did live this life, dude.
So you're wistful.
I worked
for
at a
it.
bowling alley.
Yeah, so it seems like you're
Yeah, that's
wist-
it. You're just mad
Yeah.
that your 20s are
Yeah,
about
you're-
to end.
yeah,
And I
you-
got no pussy there.
I want one of those.
Yeah, it's
fucking-
absolutely. I'm turning 30 tomorrow. That's absolutely the
I
problem.
want one of those fucking game shits.
Yeah,
Cool.
man.
We should.
You used to be able to
Yeah.
get them on.
I think you still can.
What was it? Busted Tees. They had all the references of all that shit.
Busted
What about-
tees are what I call the tees that I keep next to my bed.
What
Cum
about
bags.
what about busting tees?
Yeah,
And
same joke.
yeah, but the company is just
It's
like
busting
we
tees.
They're just tees.
we do a custom
specifically about
bust on the
cum.
tee and then sell them.
What do you guys come?
like how it comes out is the
Yeah.
artwork.
What do you guys blast into when you're done J.O. and
What am I bust into when I'm done.
Like, what do you? Yeah, I'm saying, like, do you have a sock, a tissue?
Toilet paper.
It's a measure of someone's dignity. I think.
Have we never discussed this on the podcast?
I have a really disgusting one from a few years ago that if we haven't discussed this previously.
I've got a bad one though.
Yeah.
I copped an immense amount of grief from this in high school.
Please.
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I might have something.
Episode 125, where they were like, how are we only now talking about cleaning up cups?
I
Yeah.
swear to God, we must have talked about this before.
Who cares? Run it again, Sam.
But I had a method which came to be known as the clench, where
Oh, you have told me this, I think, off stage.
Yeah.
Off pod.
I've never heard this. No.
okay, so
It's pretty
I-
filthy.
it's not
I am here for it.
it's not a problem anymore because I barely produce any ejaculate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You're like,
I-
not a problem.
Problem solved. Myth busted.
but I have quite a big
Not bust.
Not busters. It's just two nerds being like, "Can you beat off to your dad?"
Oh, there's got to be a Mythbusters porn that's called
Nutbusted.
Nutbusters.
All right.
That must exist.
We'll work on that immediately after recording.
Yeah.
we'll write
Get
that
into the
down.
lab.
Yeah. But anyway, I have a particularly long and elastic foreskin.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
So when I'm about to come, you just clench the top of it, catch it all in there, and then just go and
Get a
dump it in the
clothes
toilet.
bag, flip
Which
it
I
on.
copped so much grief for, and I
Rightfully
reckon
so.
It's weird.
I reckon it works so well.
Nah, but don't you miss out on the feeling of it just fucking going? Like,
Yeah, dude.
If you're clenching,
Bam!
It's like too chaotic for me.
yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're clenching, it's like you're kind of like right at the moment. You're like, I'm stopping this.
But it's
Yeah.
like going like,
Yeah. Yeah, man. I get a target on the wall. I sort of stand 6 feet away from it.
It's just a picture of Century venues.
But I was in too
wish-
deep because like when I started copping grief for that, like it got in my head, and I'm like, oh, maybe I got to do it into the tissues thing, and I did it, and I was just like, I don't like this. I'm going back to the old way.
You didn't like the tissues.
I,
You fucking weirdo.
yeah, I'm like, I'm a normie.
I wonder why no one will employ me.
Yeah, I'm a normie like toilet paper guy, but I do know a guy. Still good friends with him. I will.
Is this what you got very
I
excited
will.
about?
Yeah, I will not name his name
Okay.
because it's. But he used to keep. He made this ceramic cup in like school in year 1 or something,
Fucking hell.
and he kept it. So what he would do is he would nut in the ceramic cup
Yeah.
from his childhood
Yeah.
that he made that
Yeah.
he hid under the bed.
Yeah.
And then he would take it in the shower and manually clean
That
it.
is disgusting.
And he did that every day through high school. So we'd go over and stay at his house and he'd be
Why
like,
does it have to be a cup he made himself
Yeah,
from his
I don't
childhood?
know.
It makes it so much creepier.
and
Yeah.
but he would show us it too. It'd be like, here's the cup. and we'd be like,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
he'd be like,
dude.
he'd be like, do you want to hold it? And we'd be like,
Yeah.
No.
maybe.
Why, maybe?
I use tissues like an adult now, but in my early 20s, I...
Just came in your
You
shorts.
know, like...
I used to blow on my stomach quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like an otter. Cracking a rock on its majestic belly.
That's so graphic.
Do you know otters are what like small bears are called? Like
Oh,
in the
yeah.
gay
Yeah,
community?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie knows.
Yeah. Have I
You're trying to
told-
work your way down
five-
from
Oh
bear
man,
to otter.
have I told you
All
this?
5'8" of Jamie knows.
I'm not sure if I told you this. I told it on stage at Everly recently, and people, I forgot that like years and years ago, my friend, we were talking about like bears and otters and stuff, and my friend signed me and him up to a group on Facebook called Woofin' Cubs. And he posted photos of us in our underwear, and so we've just like somewhere on Facebook there are a bunch of like gay men lusting after photos of us, being like, "Here's a bit of an otter, I reckon." Like I was quite a bit thinner then.
In the early 2000s, I got on Tumblr a photo of me got reblogged on hot gay emo boys.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you would have had a very. You'd still have like a Twinkie.
It's
look.
changed the name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still part of the group. It's called Woof and Hot in brackets. Bears are delicious. It used to be like Woof and Cub, but it's just like pictures of like gay dudes posting photos of the stuff. And my mate was like, "I
That
wonder."
guy looks like he's wearing a bald cap.
Yeah. So my mate was just like, "I wonder what like if gay guys think we're hot," and he posted the photos there.
It is a nice little ego,
I reckon-
ego boost to find out that gay guys do in fact find you hot.
Yeah, I know it's sick.
I enjoyed that. I also found a bunch of gay guys hot, which probably added to that. I want to talk about where I used to beat off into. So, you know, like
Your
the
dad's mouth.
you know, like the cliche of like the guy, like
Your dad's mouth.
Yeah. Was it your dad's mouth? Yeah.
Was it your dad's mouth?
I bet it was your dad's mouth. Hey.
Was it your dad's mouth?
It was my dad's mouth.
Thank you for giving us that.
You know, like the cliche of like the single sad man in his early 20s on a mattress on a floor without a bed frame.
Absolutely.
Fitted sheet not even on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I had that for a few years, obviously, as you would all assume. It's
Yeah.
crazy that I still don't live like that. It's weird that I live in a bed and have a wife.
Yeah.
It is insane to me.
Oh, I'm very lucky. But I had the fitted sheet off the bed, and so I'd keep the fitted sheet next to the bed and beat off into the fitted sheet. But what's fucked is that fitted sheet was there for like 2 years.
Ugh.
There was like 2 years worth of cum in that. Yeah.
Oh god.
So it was like solid.
yeah,
Yeah,
would've been
it was
like
pretty-
concrete by the end.
Like if an intruder came in, you could use it to bash their brains.
It was pretty
Yeah.
rigid. Yeah, it was pretty rigid. I was like 21 as well, so I was like busting them out pretty frequent. Like
Oh,
the
God.
frequency was up from what it is now. That's for damn sure.
The Tum is good because, and like, let me go with the Tum here.
Yeah.
Like as an advocate for the Tum, I don't do it anymore because I'm like too hairy for it, and it's just
Yeah.
like too much.
That's when I
So
stopped doing
matted
it. Is when
hair.
my like in puberty when my stomach got hairier.
But like the Tum is the closest
used
you
to,
come to
sure.
like pure pleasure when climaxing because
yeah,
you're not
you don't have to think about.
You're
it.
not thinking of where to aim. You're not thinking about trapping it in your long foreskin. Like you're just like enjoying.
You're
that.
just you're
You're
living
just-
out there.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about
Keep
it. Maybe
on
it's pure
rocking in
reflex.
the free world.
You're a fucking. You're a
That's
fucking.
it. You're rocking in the free world,
Yeah,
baby.
you're a fucking hungry squirrel, just enjoying that sweet nut. You know.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I think like busting on your stomach's like because it's like if it's good enough for me to do it to my wife, it's probably good enough for Jamie to do it to himself. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I say when I do it.
Yeah,
if it's
it's
good
like,
enough for
if
Hastings
Hastings
to do it
fucks
with
his
his
wife.
wife.
We probably haven't covered this yet. I've unfortunately had to go down the road that old Andrew Hastings has where
You busted on his wife.
no, mum
Oh,
is on the Blue Bombers.
oh yes, dude. Finally, brothers and sisters in arms.
It's got weird side effects.
You get like flush and the headaches. And stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
get.
It makes you really cool.
like blocks your nose
Get
up and
so
shit.
much pussy.
Sunglasses.
Yeah,
come
it
on
just
your head.
it's just like a vascular thing.
Yeah, but I felt like I kind of had a hangover from it the first time.
I sometimes okay. Real
Which
confession
is to
talk
say,
time.
that's the only time I've actually
Because
used it.
it's like it flushes your face and you get you can get quite red and it's like you can get I don't get the headaches that some people do but I can feel where it would come from because it's like you feel your blood pressure change and shit and it's like if I'm already maybe on some drugs
Yeah,
and I'm like I'll be like all right I feel like it's like it kind of helps like it feels like it gets you a bit more like it makes me feel like perked up and stuff sometimes
yeah,
because it's like
but
oh yeah my blood's pumping like,
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
yeah and if like if
Yeah.
I'm already on speed or whatever it's like yes.
yeah, but like I've only done it once so far because I was like gonna do it again
Yeah.
the other night and I was just like, oh no, I don't want to feel like that again tomorrow.
I think it's like
You build up a tolerance, though, right?
I've
Maybe.
never got a hangover from it ever, so I don't really.
It's
Except,
just like, I
except
felt-
sometimes I'll wake up and the next day I'll be like, that boner's not going
And
away.
like you can try
Yeah.
different brands, right? Like
Yeah.
because some like Cialis.
yeah,
and,
so
Cialis apparently really gives you the
the thing I heard is that
flush thing.
Cialis doesn't give you the effects as badly, but I think it's different person to person. I've never tried Cialis.
Right.
I love that.
I'm doing
Is this
just
what
fine.
you wanted, you fucking freaks, asking for us to do movies again? We're talking about nutting on our stomachs, you losers. At least off center, we analyzed the show.
Yeah.
man.
we had a writer's room. It was cool.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I
With
did have
Adventureland?
a point. Like this movie
Rocks.
early on appears as though it could go down the like really overwrought wanky thing because his friend was like, "Oh, they're clueless, like smoking a joint." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck."
That's
off.
on purpose, right? Like he's supposed to be a tool to
Yeah.
sell the third act twist that he's just gone to Harvard business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still annoying.
Yeah, they're playing with the tropes a little bit. Like that guy, like these are supposed to be pretty identifiable. Like you're supposed to know that Kristen Stewart is that character the second you see her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like
Yeah.
everybody had a Frigo or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Frigo. The moment where Frigo says that Jesse Eisenberg has a boner in the pool really makes me laugh.
That bit got me, man.
Yeah,
That bit got me
it's
pretty
so
hard
funny.
because I was like, oh,
And-
it's like it was a genuine like undercutting of like a kind of like a nice sexual tension, romantic sort of thing, and then being like, it's cool. It's still a boner movie.
It's also
Yeah.
just like a cool like Chekhov's gun moment where like when Jesse, the punching in the balls is not really that funny, but
No.
you do feel
It is good at
satisfied
the
when
end.
Jesse
Oh, when he
Eisenberg
gets-
fucking rocks him in the
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah, when
Well,
he gets
Muntz-
one back.
and when he's like, and Frigo goes down and congratulates him
Yeah,
for
yeah.
doing it.
Well, I think how
Well, I think you would
Star-
if you were that
I think Martin
person.
Starr's character finding that so funny added to that.
Yeah, that's
Because It was just
helpful.
like, oh, that's so
where
cathartic.
where he goes like, I bet it hurts too. Like,
The bit where Martin Starr tries to fuck Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
is that Ron Howard's daughter?
It's one of them, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And
he didn't. So-
the
Arrested
Jewish
Development? No,
part is
alright.
quite heartbreaking. I
Oh,
think.
that was horrible. But I
Yeah,
quite
that
like
sucks.
the little pointed spray of just being, you are not my friend.
Yeah,
That's
that's
I
a
like
that's a
that.
great. And
Yeah.
Lisa P though.
Oh baby.
Yeah, she's pretty fire, but with Kristen Stewart right there, I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuss is
I
about.
know. Like everyone's like Lisa P's
calm the
back,
fuck
and you're
down,
just like,
everyone.
dude, Kristen Stewart's right there.
She was in Twilight, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just more like they're trying to be, yeah, but like she's done her hair and is wearing makeup.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck. Yeah, you guys know I jammed with Lou Reed once. Just trying to fuck both of you. Yeah, I got on. I was playing Hold a Candle to the Stars.
Jamie's been playing footsies with me this whole podcast.
Man, I wish my mum had a basement.
Oh,
I read
God.
somewhere that Lou Reed was originally it was meant to be Neil Diamond.
Really?
Neil Diamond
Yeah.
or Neil
That-
Young?
Oh, Neil Young, sorry. Neil Diamond. would be-
Imagine trying to
Neil
get
Diamond
chicks
is way
That would be tight
funnier.
as
Yeah,
hell.
I once jammed with Neil Diamond. We busted out a bit of Sweet Caroline.
Damn,
Yeah.
that would be. When I read it as well, I was like, Neil Diamond, that's funny. Like, I was like, I know why they changed it, but yeah,
Did they
I'm pretty sure
change it
it's
because Neil Young didn't clear the music?
I don't.
It's
I
also,
think
I
they
think-
just
Because
changed
it
last
took quite
week.
a while before he put his stuff on Spotify, and now there's fucking shitloads of
It's
stuff
also
on it. It's
Lou
great.
Reed. I think fits the tone of the character.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
decided that Lou Reed worked better for what.
It-
It's also like
needs-
actually
it
because they have
need-
to play the actual songs. The songs.
It
were good.
needs to be more cliched.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if it was Neil Young, it'd just be like, oh, fucking cool. Neil Young rules.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also like in that scene where they play Pale Blue Eyes or whatever. It's like, man, what are they playing?
Harvest Moon.
What if they played
Sure, but
fucking
like-
Behind
But,
Blue Eyes,
yeah, I
but
get
the
it.
Limp Bizkit version?
Oh, yeah,
Listening,
that would
yeah.
be good.
You know, I
no
jammed
one's
with Fred
jammed with
Durst.
Yeah, you know, actually,
Just a race to the finish line there.
yeah, you know, I actually jammed with Wes Borland once.
You know,
You know, I was
Played
actually-
the club in.
I was the guitar player in Limp Bizkit for that
Absolutely.
brief period where
Yeah.
Wes Borland
Yeah.
wasn't there.
I was
Bought, bought myself a 7-string and
Yeah, I had a similar thing. I was number 7 in Slipknot for a while.
just me, like chat. Yeah,
I was the one who played the Titanic samples.
Yeah, I jammed with Fred Durst. You know, I did it all for the nookie.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, you know, I was actually in Puddle of Mud.
Yeah. What about?
He ate me.
Yeah,
What
she
if it's that
fucking hates me.
scene where he's like, yeah, I actually jammed with Fred Durst once. We did all his songs rolling. Like, you know, it's actually called rolling. Like, yeah, I know that, man.
air raid, like tactical assault vehicle or
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah,
fuck it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I
In.
was trying to think of a good one for chocolate starfish.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, chocolate starfish and the corn dog flavored tea.
You know, the candy shoefish.
And the 20-years are like, yeah.
Wow, man.
I love that song, Break Things.
Man, if you've seen the movie, these are some great riffs.
Damn, yeah. And you probably haven't seen the movie, so why are you making us do this?
Yeah, come on,
We
man.
were perfectly content to do How I Met Your Mother.
Should we just
Do you remember those Matrix riffs from the start of the episode? They were great.
Should we explain the joke so they get it retroactively?
Yeah, let's just
When
do.
he calls the song Satellite of Love Shed a Light on Love.
Yeah, so the main character has to correct sexy Detective Pikachu for not even knowing Lou Reed songs, even though he so claims to have jammed with Lou Reed.
That's probably supposed to be a little like cathartic moment as well.
Totally.
Right? Of him like,
Yeah, he's a complete
I just
fraud.
got a point on you.
Well, I also
He's a
like,
fraud, completely.
but like,
Yeah.
I love that moment because like it can be like really douchey, like
Yeah.
to like. Oh, the original reading of it to me was like, oh, Jesse Eisenberg's fucking correcting him about Lou Reed. But like, there's the moment, and it's both such great acting to them where like Ryan Reynolds, they look at each other and they're like, yeah, we both know. And like, you
Yeah.
can see that like the illusion is broken for both of them, but Reynolds is just like, just let me do my thing, man. And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. And
So
they
the-
shake hands and move
Yeah,
on.
So the assertion is that he's lying about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like he but like at that point they both know that he's been caught in the lie, and
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, man, what do you want? I'm a fucking
yeah, I'm a mechanic,
I'm a fucking
dude.
mechanic at a shitty amusement park. Let
Yeah.
me fuck these 20-year-olds behind my wife's back. And Jesse Eisenberg's like, go for your life, brother.
Yeah, I like that Jesse Eisenberg like play on.
yeah, play on, player.
My thing is, like, at my job, we have maintenance guys. Like, this is the first time I've ever been, like, on a staff with
And
maintenance
they all
guys.
just say they jam with Lou Reed.
No, well, one of them's, like, a guy who's
I
nearly...
jammed with Barnsey.
So, like, the fun... You know, I'm not the funny guy at my work. The funny guy at my work is, like, the 68-year-old
joke.
maintenance guy who, like, waits till everyone's out of the room and then just goes to me and goes, I got a boner. Like, he rocks. Like,
To be fair,
Like,
that
I-
is funnier than any of
no,
us.
that's
Is he actually hard when he says it?
No, not at all. He's hilarious.
It would be funnier if he was hard too.
He's like,
Well,
the thing
you
is,
never
like,
know.
I
Maybe
think
he's
he's
tucked
like,
it in the
I'm,
waistband, like.
I'm howling whenever he's in the room. I'm loving this kind of. And everyone else is like, Alan's always saying weird. Oh shit, his name. Whatever. They're like, that guy's always saying weird things, and I'm always like, cunt, he's the funniest dude. Oh man, it's good shit.
Fucking, that's pretty much an hour. Should we wrap it up? Just hang
Yeah,
out?
you should always wrap it up.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Yeah. Don't be a fool, wrap your tool. If it's not on, it's not on. All that stuff.
Penis. Just do it, brother. Air Jordan.
Well, they talk about that in I Love You Man, where like as like places to jerk off into. He suggested he jerks off into condoms.
Yeah, I did that once when
I've
I was
tried
like,
it.
I've
when
tried
I was
it
like
also.
10 or 11
yeah,
or whatever. I was like, let's see what the deal
Why
is.
did you have a condom when you were 10?
Stole it out of my parents' drawer.
Same, Doug. I was like, let's see what this feels
Let's see what
like.
this is all about. Let's see what all this fuss is.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man, I'm going to hate these for years.
And I was just like, it's like I just did it, and I was like, oh, that's why I was born.
yeah.
It's like this feels shit. Oh man! All right, are we done?
Yeah, plug. What do you want to plug?
Follow me on Twitter at Andrew Hastings. Fucking like Facebook. When this comes out this week?
Yeah, Thursday.
Go see Chomsky Comedy
Tenet.
the day this comes out at the Chippo Hotel from like 7 p.m. or some shit.
Oh, I think I have gigs.
Yeah, come to that. That'll be tight.
Come to Heavily Comedy every Sunday. It on. Listen to my other podcast, Community Notice Board. We've just had the wonderful host of Ladies Guide to Dude Cinema, Alex J, on to talk about the Sunny Coast.
Such a weird way to pronounce Andrew Hastings, but anyway.
It's not Andrew.
What do you know about the Sunny Coast?
Whatever.
And in a few episodes, we'll be talking all things Northern Beaches with Billy Darcy.
I'm going to kill myself.
We actually do have a Northern Beaches guest already recorded.
Oh, baby.
Are you trying to get me to like hurt myself?
You've been putting some sizzle out there. Can you say? Or?
It's Nikki Britton.
Oh,
Ah,
right.
of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the greats.
I did know you did that.
She's from Atlantic Heights. Don't worry, I'm from a different part of the beaches.
Yeah, don't worry. We know which part Billy's from.
Yeah. Is
They're
that
from Narrowena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd talk about Manly on that, I think.
Mm.
There's nothing in Narrowena. I talk about Narrowena
I think
as,
you'll
as a
stick to
joke.
your-
It's very boring.
I think
Talked about
you'll-
Narrowena a lot on this podcast.
There's
I
nothing
think-
to say. It doesn't even have a pub.
I think you'll
Really?
stick to your fucking lane because Billy D will be doing Manly.
I went to school in Manly. I went to school in Brookvale.
Are you done?
yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I don't know if you'd be able to come to it, but I'm doing the Opera House on the 26th. But if you can't attend, I think it's filmed and then streamed on their YouTube or something the night after. So, watch that. Watch me try and grapple with doing comedy to no audience. I'm hosting this like queer femme variety show at the Imperial called the Sappho Show on the 24th of September. I'm doing a spot at the Girls at the Chippo on Thursday, October 8. Follow me at Rosales Piper, Twitter, Instagram. I'll keep you updated on anything else.
Hell yes. What a fun time.
Yes.
To the next step?
To the next step.
Are you saying I can eat pussy? No, mate, Neo. I'm saying when the time comes, you won't have to.
Because you'll be beating off to your dad.